Welcome back, Barca fans. In today's video, we break down Hansi Flick's post-match reaction after Barcelona's tough 3-0 defeat to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. From Ronald Araujo's costly red card to the team's midfield struggles and their fading chances in the UEFA Champions League, we cover it all. Find out what Flick had to say about the defensive line intensity levels, and how Barcelona can still fight for a top 8 finish in Europe's biggest competition. Don't miss our key takeaways and expert analysis on what went wrong and what lies ahead for Barca. Flick talks Ferran Araujo red card, high defensive line, UCL chances after Chelsea 3-0 Barcelona. Barcelona's chances of securing a top 8 finish in the UEFA Champions League suffered a massive blow as they slumped to a 3-0 defeat at the hands of Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. The Catalans were completely outplayed by the Blues in West London, something coach Hansi Flick agreed to in his post-match presser. The German also talked about Ronald Araujo's red card and how Barcelona lacked intensity against a well-drilled Chelsea unit. What Flick said after the Chelsea loss. Flick started by acknowledging that Barcelona should have made better use of their early chances, after which came a period of Chelsea dominance that never ended. We had a chance to score the first goal, and after that, playing with one man down against this Chelsea isn't easy. We fought, and I also saw some positive things. But we lost a large number of balls. And that's all I can say. We lost easy balls under pressure and in easy passes. So we need to analyze all of this, he said. The Barcelona coach admitted that following the Chelsea defeat, securing a place in the last 8 will be even more difficult. It will definitely be a very difficult task, but everything is possible, he said. It was clear that Chelsea were the better side of the two. But when asked about Barcelona's intensity, especially compared to last season, Flick chose to hail the opposition. I think it's just one match and this is Chelsea. We started well and had a big chance from Ferran, but we could have scored the first goal. And in the end, with one player less, things go like this, but I also think we have the intensity we need today. As for me, I can repeat it again, I'm optimistic about the next match. We'll see, but I'm really optimistic, he said. It's not easy to play against Chelsea, against a very good team, and you're down a man, he added. When asked whether or not Barcelona's high defensive line was the problem, Flick said, "No, that's not it. I think we defended well, but the problem was that we lost a lot of balls. It wasn't that they pressed us and we lost the ball, no. Rather, we were making easy passes and then losing them. I'm positive. I'm also positive about what we offered in the second half and how we defended as a team." Flick was also asked if there is a clear disparity between the intensity of La Liga and Champions League matches. "I don't know exactly the number of minutes, but I think we played a lot of minutes while missing a player, and Chelsea is a very good team with the ball. So we have to accept this loss but also think positively," he answered. A big turning point of the match came just before halftime when Ronald Araujo's rash tackle led to his second yellow card. With the red card, everything changed. So it wasn't easy to face this great team and come back in the match while we were down a player. For me, we have to accept this defeat, but I'm also looking with great optimism toward the upcoming matches, he said. The German was asked what he would do to help Araujo avoid picking up red cards in important matches. "As for me, I didn't see what happened with the first card. So I have to talk to him, and I also have to watch the match videos again and analyze them. The second card happens sometimes, but perhaps he could have avoided intervening like that or maybe guided him more on what he can do. But in the end, this happens in football. It wasn't the right time nor the right match, but that's how it went," he answered. Flick went on to talk about what Barcelona have learned from this match, where the opposition was clearly the better team. To play more aggressively, especially in 1v1 situations. When you see Chelsea, they always maintain possession of the ball. They played more physically and were more dynamic in 1v1 matchups. That's also what I want from my team. Sometimes we think we can control everything with the ball, but here in the Champions League, and especially here against a club that's second in the Premier League, that's not the case," he said. When asked if we will see a different Barcelona in a few months, Flick alluded to his previous promise. "This is what I promised you. I see how we train, I see the quality, and I also see the intensity. The situation is completely different from what it was 6 weeks ago. And the players are returning, and the quality in training is improving a lot, and this is what I see. And I have a very good feeling about it and am optimistic about the future," he said. Finally, the German tactician talked about Barcelona's road ahead, especially in the UEFA Champions League. "I think I really saw some positive things from my team, and I'm also looking forward with optimism to the upcoming matches, and also the Champions League. We have 3 matches, 9 points to win, and I'm really looking at it positively and thinking positively about it. We can achieve this," he concluded. Araujo red card, non-existent midfield and more, 3 takeaways from Chelsea 3-0 Barcelona. Barcelona took a solid hammering against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge last night, partly owing to the opposition's quality and partly their own doing, losing 3-0 in the UEFA Champions League. At no point in the game did Barcelona look to be the dominant side, and going down to 10 men only reduced the odds in their favor further. A Jules Koundé own goal handed Chelsea the lead midway through the first half, and Barcelona did not manage to convincingly fight back. Estevao and Liam Delap then struck against the La Liga champions after the halftime break, inflicting a 3-0 defeat and completing the demolition to hand Barcelona a blow in their hope of a top 8 finish. Barca Universal brings you 3 takeaways from Chelsea 3-0 Barcelona. Same player, same mistake. Every time one decides to hand Ronald Araujo the benefit of doubt and start him for his merits in a big UEFA Champions League game, the player comes up with a new game-changing error that costs the team dearly. 2 seasons back, he had himself sent off against Paris Saint-Germain in the return leg, sabotaging the team's clear path to the semi-final of the competition. Last season, he came off the bench in the team's semi-final clash against Inter Milan and was involved in a very poor run of defending that directly cost the team the game. Last night, starting in a big game against Chelsea, the player was sent off in the first half, leaving Barcelona with 10 men for a whole half. Truth be told, however, he had himself sent off and has no one else to blame. Araujo took a booking in the 32nd minute by unnecessarily arguing with the referee about a foul by Chelsea. Despite being sanctioned, he was careless to jump into a rash tackle just 12 minutes later, leaving the referee with no option but to send him off. Barcelona may not have been dominating Chelsea when he was on the field, but his departure sure did turn the tide completely in Chelsea's favor and left Barcelona with little to no hope. A non-existent midfield. Araujo's mistake was a key moment in the match, but even before he was sent off, Barcelona never seemed likely to win. His red card only made the loss more certain, but Chelsea had already been controlling the game well before then. The midfield was especially where Barcelona struggled. With Pedri out injured, Eric Garcia partnered Frenkie de Jong in midfield, but both players struggled to handle Chelsea's physical and intense pressing. On the other hand, Chelsea's Moises Caicedo and Reece James dominated the midfield battles, consistently winning duels and taking the ball away from Barcelona's players. They controlled the tempo and ensured Chelsea dominated the proceedings throughout. That, coupled with Enzo Fernandez's penetrative runs behind the defense, handed Chelsea control of the game, and it is safe to say that the Argentine star had at least twice the game Fermin Lopez did for Barcelona in the same position. Trying times in the UCL. Barcelona have now lost 2 and drawn 1 of their 5 games in the UEFA Champions League and are not in a comfortable position in the competition standings by any means. They are currently in 15th place, and with many teams yet to play their match day 5 clashes, they could well fall further down on the leaderboard. With 3 games to go, Barcelona can acquire a maximum of 9 points in the coming weeks, making their highest possible tally 16 points, the exact tally last season's 8th place team had. As such, one cannot say that Barcelona have no chance of making it to the top 8, but what is for sure is that it is not likely nor completely in their hands. For Hansi Flick's men, the objective now will be to prepare for the 3 games ahead and finish as strongly as they can from their side. Concurrently, however, they must begin to mentally prepare for the 2-legged qualifier should they finish outside the top 8. Something that now looks increasingly likely. That's all for today's Barcelona update. While the loss to Chelsea was a major setback, Hansi Flick remains optimistic about the future and the team's potential to bounce back. The road to the Champions League knockout stages is tougher than ever, but with key players returning and improvements in training, there's still hope. What do you think Barca need to do to turn things around? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for the latest Barca news and in-depth football analysis.